Hello, everyone. Today we're going to be presenting to you our new product called MineSAFE. This is a software as a service product for open pit mines. My name is William Zakka. I'm a master's student in geosystems engineering.
And my name is Adithya Nair, and I'm a PhD candidate in geosystems engineering.
And so as geosystems engineers, we're very exposed to the mining industry, and we're particularly interested in the whole slope stability side of things. But that's really where the inspiration for this product began. So mining is a $25.8 billion industry, and that was back in 2018, and it's been growing since then. And it's projected by 2026 to be a $32.9 billion industry. So it's definitely a huge industry, but it's also a very dangerous one. Since 2015, there's been 197 mining fatalities and also almost 27,000 injuries. The type of accident that happen generally are related to machinery, but also like geohazards like rock falls and landslides and things like that. What I do want to draw your attention to is that the average cost for just one fatality is $1.42 million. And that's really due to the cost that you wouldn't think about at first, which is like shutting down the mine for investigations after an injury or death and things like that. So it's really very costly just to lose even one miner. The current state of practice for safety in mines involves the things you would think about, like the use of PPE, safety trainings and briefings, emergency preparedness protocols. And when it comes to evacuation warnings, generally it's all just by word of mouth. And so many studies, including one by the CDC that we coded here, says that communication is often seen as the main source of the problem in emergency response. And the problem is that you have a lot of siloed communication and you can't really trust the information you're getting, and you don't really get all the information if it's by word of mouth. So our product is aiming to bridge that gap and have a more efficient way to evacuate a mine.
Yeah, and in terms of current sensing technologies for open pit mines, there are things such as INSAR, which is a satellite-based technology, GPS, radars, traditional geotechnical sensors such as piezometers and inclinometers, and stuff like total stations for surveying. And right now, there are companies such as Hexagon and their subsidiary IDS GeoRadar that are innovating by creating more all-encompassing scanning systems such as their IBIS ArcSAR station. And this actually continuously scans the mine day to day while it's operating to look for any movements through image detection and to generally keep the mine safe. And in terms of emerging technologies for OPM operations, companies such as Safe AI that actually came and spoke to us are innovating through their autonomous retrofits for machinery such as haulers and diggers, as you can see here. And this is really aimed at creating a more efficient, safe, and cost-effective way to connect mining as a general system. And so our company is setting to create an all-in-one software as a service product to connect wearable devices to existing infrastructure to improve safety, productivity, and emergency preparedness and response.
And so, yeah, essentially, we're trying to create an application that's compatible with most smartwatches on the market, and it'll wirelessly connect miners to all the near real-time sensor data that Adithya was talking about. And so that will allow it to provide hazard alerts for things like rock falls and landslides, like the one you see on your left, and evacuate specific zones in the mine. Also be able to provide environmental alerts if you have high gas levels or dust. And also imagine a minor falls. You can have personnel fall and injury detection. Since most smartwatches on the market currently have accelerometers and gyroscopes, you can identify a fall and you can send help if needed. You can also monitor vitals. Also, like most watches on the market have those sensors available today, and monitor heart rate, blood oxygen level, and all that for the miners. You can also have some personnel tracking and productivity monitoring to monitor that all the tasks are being done correctly and efficiently. And as Adithya was saying, most operations of mines now are going more and more autonomous. And so you can use the watch to actually have autonomous and manual tasks work collaboratively, like the example you see on the watch on the screen. You can have, say, an autonomous truck arrive at a destination, and then the miner can actually go and load or unload it as needed. And so you can have a much more efficient and productive workflow. And this is generally how the whole system works. You will have the geotechnical sensors and the environmental sensors send information to a transmitter that's connected to the watches. You can also have this supervisor send messages through that transmitter and have data from the autonomous machinery and the autonomous trucks and everything send message to the watches as well to create that productive workflow. You can also have the watches send information straight to the supervisor as well, and that's where all the injury, personnel, and productivity tracking takes place and works out.
Yeah, and in terms of key partners that we're envisioning for our business model, like I mentioned earlier, Hexagon and their subsidiary IDS Geo Radar. A partnership with them would provide a vital avenue of communication between their state-of-the-art sensing technology and mine operators through our platform. Safe AI, I also mentioned previously, our partnership with them will allow us to connect their autonomously retrofitted vehicles to our existing sensors or an existing infrastructure in a mine, and then have our system coordinate that partnership. And Cisco, our partnership with them and their ultra reliable wireless backhaul system will allow our watches to operate on their Wi-Fi and generally for the entire infrastructure system to operate as well, and the communication to be seamless. And so in terms of our business model, we propose a subscription-based pricing strategy, which starts at $2,500 a day for 500 connected devices, and then an additional charge of $3 per day per device. And this leads to a recurring revenue model. Our projected first-year revenue is $6.64 million, and this comes from our research stating that we have 13 active open pit mines in the US, and assuming a 20% penetration that we decided upon, this is the number we get. And our total annual labor costs come from a team of around 20 employees that we decided on to begin with, and the majority of those would be software engineers, UX designers, so on the front end and back end of the software. And this amounts to around $2.6 million. So our before tax profit is around $4 million. And what we decided as a business is to invest the majority of those profits back into the business for future fiscal years. And so to conclude, we have to keep in mind that worker safety is of the utmost importance in mine operations. Humans are the greatest asset to mines and their ability to work well and be efficient. And I really want to reinstate what Will was saying earlier, that the average cost per fatality is of $1.42 million. And this is a really exorbitant amount, and we want to avoid this at all costs, not only because we're losing lives, but we're losing incredible amounts of money. And so our software platform, MineSAFE, can actually both save lives and save costs. Thank you.